What's up, everybody? Tuning in, coming at you today, and we got another Marvel Crisis Protocol video. And today, we're talking about my Brotherhood roster that I've been working on the past couple of days here, and just wanted to show you what that's all about. If you guys can't do me a favor, dislike the video, comment down below, give me your thoughts on what are your ideas for the Brotherhood roster. What do you think I should try out, or if you've tried any of this, let me know how it went for you. Right now, the plan is to test this out in some tournaments. Hopefully, I can get in TTS. I know that on Longshanks they have some online tournaments sometimes. I'll probably join a few and see how that goes. I will be going to local tournaments. I do have one that I'm hosting next week. That will be here in Milwaukee, Wisconsin. So if you're in Wisconsin and want to come out and play a game, play some Marvel Crisis Protocol and have a good time, feel free to come down, come out and play. But yeah, that's the plan, and we'll see what happens. But yeah, if you guys can, comment down below, subscribe. You know the deal. Let's get into this, guys. So, um, there's two characters here that I added that. First of all, let's talk about the staples for the roster, right? Juggernaut, Magneto, Mystique, Rogue, Scarlet Witch, Toad. All really solid characters. I find that with Brotherhood rosters, you're at least you're at least going to be 5 to 6 deep with Brotherhood affiliated models. The two that the one character I can't seem to find a spot for is Quicksilver. Right now, I don't have a use for him at the moment. Maybe someone else down below, in the comment section. If you have any ideas with Quicksilver, feel free, go for it. Right now, I don't see a necessity for him right now. I just can't find a spot for him, right? There's just all these other characters are taking up these spots, and they just do a lot more for me and just fit my game plan that I want to play. So yeah, let's just get that out of the way. I mean, these are the staples. I mean, I think this time around when I play, I think I'm gonna be using more of Mystique's leadership. I think that was a mistake of mine last year. I mean, this last year. This time around in TTS, I did not play enough of Mystique's leadership. Maybe it would have been a different result for me. Well, the game I lost, the different result is I should have went wider. That's the end of that discussion. But maybe I should have, put some more reps in with Mystique's leadership and see what it would have done for me. That's neither here nor there, but I think that's the first thing we need to get out the way. I think using Mystique's leadership a little bit more in certain matchups, especially when the game you have to be a little bit wider to score more points, to score points or whatever. I think I'm going to have to incorporate that into my game plan going forward, and I will. You will see me playing with Mystique's leadership a little bit more. And just try not to rely on Magneto's leadership, even though it's really, really good. It's very powerful. You can just hand out power to people, and they can just do some crazy shit. It turns on a lot of plays turn one. You don't need it every time. You don't need it in every match. But is what I've learned playing the Brotherhood throughout this entire season. So yeah, but with that being said, I mean, Juggernaut's a staple. I mean, he's a 5. He's the best asteroid M target in the game. His base is so huge. Magneto gets a lot of mileage out of it when he asteroid ends onto him and then just goes to town. So let's talk about the new additions. Let's talk about, well, first of all, Thanos is still here. I'm thinking about going a different direction. Not that I don't like him. I love him in this list. I think in an expensive game and you're playing narrow, like if you're playing on Demons Downtown or Research Station and the point cost is high, I think it's really, really good, especially if you can play a narrow list and get away with it, and do a lot of killing and, win the game. I'm going back and forth with him because he's just so expensive, and I already have an expensive team with like Magneto, Juggernaut, Scarlet Witch. I mean, the 4 threats like Rogue and all that. Right now, I'm really debating on having him in the list. We'll see. We'll see as time goes on. Right now, we're gonna try him out. If I were to replace him, it'll probably be with another like maybe 4/3 threat. I'm thinking about throwing in just Doctor Voodoo again. Or I'm thinking about actually throwing in Loki. Loki's another mention that I have that I'm thinking about playing right now, especially that he starts off with 2 power and his attacks on models it's really good. Especially against the Web Warrior. When I played against the Web Warriors, I was thinking about that the entire time. I'm like, man, what if I had Loki here and it would have forced him to spend some more power to do some pulls or do a lifesaver or something like that. We'll see how that goes. We'll find out. Granted, I know Loki does not have a throw or anything like that, but the fact that he can gain 2 power and the fact that I'm going to be generating power with Magneto's leadership, he can do a lot of tricksters. He can grab some extracts and run away. he can stay out, stay at the max of range 4 and like make you pay that tax, and it'll all add up, and we'll see. That's what I'm debating here at this spot right here. Right now Thanos is still in, and I'm definitely, this should say reality. I am going the space reality route. For Thanos, I don't know why Bind Stone is here, but space reality should be this here. So yeah, those are my 2 honorable mentions. Maybe there's another one down below. If you guys can down below in the comment section, let me know. What do you guys think? If there's another mention? Me, it's Voodoo, Loki, as replacements for Thanos. If you have any more, let me know. But right now I'm sticking with him. So the 2 changes I have here, I got rid of Lizard, I got rid of Black Cat, I got rid of Voodoo. The more and more I play, the more and more I realize I did not need them. The other thing is too, I do have answers for them, to get them off the table as fast as possible. And I do feel comfortable going into them. I don't feel like I need a Voodoo to stop Voodoo. I don't feel like I need Black Cat to stop Voodoo or whatever. I don't feel like I need to do that anymore. I feel like I can open up my roster a little bit more here and just have other models, and try them out and see how it goes. I don't feel like I need them anymore. Voodoo, maybe. Black Cat, I don't as much as I like the Troublemaker and getting that constantly with Magneto's leadership. It worked out in one game and that was it. I really didn't feel the need to play her again. And I don't think it's necessary with Brotherhood. I could be wrong, but that's just me. The addition I have here is Barron Mordo. And the reason why I added Barron Mordo right now, he's the only other character in the game outside of Thanos that adds 2 attack dice to models. And this is obviously, and it's once per turn. It's once per turn. Which is fine, which basically Thanos is the same way as well. It's once per turn. It's 2 power, and he spends it. Same thing, so does Barron Mordo. He spends 2 power, gives you the dice. The only difference is with Barron Mordo is he lands a damage onto Magneto, which is fine. I mean, he'll take the 1 damage, and it is what it is, but I'll take 8 dice with rerolls, and just basically go to town and daze and kill models. Or put it on Rogue, who... the other thing with Rogue, I feel like she needs some more dice, right? I think getting a 7 dice builder is really, really good for her. Granted, she doesn't have any built-in rerolls or anything like that, but like if I can give her more dice to see if I can access sap power a little bit more, or to do a little bit more damage, I'll do it. So I mean, I wanted this ability. I wanted the ability to add more dice to any of these models. Juggernaut, Magneto, Mystique on a rapid fire, or Scarlet Witch when she wants to go crazy. Right now, Barron Mordo is the only other option, and he's cheap at 3 threat. So I can go a little bit wider now when I'm making a roster, and I want this dice manipulation for me. I shouldn't say manipulation. Manipulation for me. And he's only 3 threat, and he's really, really cheap. The other thing is, too, what's really cool is what I found out yesterday, and I should have known this the entire time. So Barron Mordo has an action to grant himself 2 power. So there is a world where, let's say, for example, you're playing Magneto, Juggernaut, Mordo, that's 14. Let's say you're playing a 17-point game and you can go narrow. You can do something like Mystique here at 3, or, that's pretty much it. Do Mystique at 3 at that point. If you have priority as well, what you could do then is move with Juggernaut, break something, hand out power. What you do is you hand out a power to Magneto and Mordo, and that puts Mordo at 2 power already. Okay, so that puts Mordo at 2 power and Magneto at at 3 power at that point. And then from there, Juggernaut does what Juggernaut does, grabs an extract or whatever, or does an attack, or who knows. What that ends up doing is it gives Mordo 2 extra power, and then what he could do is burn an action, go up to 4. And what it does is at that point is it opens up 2 more attacks. So the point here is that it opens up 2 characters. So from here, Juggernaut does what he does. Mordo goes, activates, gives himself 2 power, positions himself within 3 to get within 3 of Juggernaut, Magneto, or Mystique, or whatever the case may be. You go out and activate Magneto or Mystique. You run up, do an attack, and then you can spend 1 time on Mystique to get a 6-die attack. Build that power, do your damage, whatever, and then she'll take a damage. It is what it is. And then Magneto goes and activates, and then he's able to use it because Barron Mordo still has 3 power. Not just that, on Magneto's turn, you also need to think about you can throw terrain features as well. So you're basically going to use the 2 power on Magneto, get the 8 dice, throw some terrain features, give him back a power. He's going to be at 1 power. And basically from there, that's how you basically feed Baron Mordo his power that he needs to give you that extra 2 dice that you need to daze and KO those models. Um, so yeah, I mean Thanos obviously does it better. There's no debate here. I just wanted a second option to do it outside of a tactics card, like taking a blind obsession, which I thought about taking as well, in the tactics card list, but I just didn't couldn't find a spot for it. So I said, okay, let me go Baron Mordo. Let me give him a shot. And the fact that I also have the ability to grant him power outside of his turn helps him a lot. Now I've not done any testing with this, but in theory, in my head, that's how I think it'll work out, right? So that's the explanation of Baron Mordo here, and let's talk about Vision. Vision, just an amazing character. Has a range 4 beam. He can just line up people and start attacking, doing his saps. Again, another character with saps, so you can have a power starving team with, like, let's say for example you don't want to go Juggernaut, you can go this. I mean right there, it's, hold on a second. That is, I mean, this is a 17-point list right here that you can go with. If you want to throw a Mystique, go ahead and throw a Mystique. Maybe you don't want the dice manipulation, but if you want the dice manipulation with Barron Mordo, I mean, this is pretty good right here. That's 17 points. That's 4 models, and yeah, this is a bit narrow. But depending on the secure and the extract, you can probably go narrow and be fine, right? So that's pretty cool here. I mean, you got Rogue with the saps, you got Vision with the saps. Vision has a throw as well. He can change his form between back and forth between physical and energy. He also has a throw, which is size 3 or less. Throw the character terrain feature medium, which is really strong. And he also has synthesis, which gains him 2 power. So he along with Barron Mordo have a way to give themselves power if they need it. And to line up those beams and just go to town and sap power and basically power starve your enemy. It's really good. Actually I screwed up. That's not affiliated. Oh, I'm stupid. Let's do this again. So it'd be sorry about that. I made a mistake. You can probably go. You would have to go Mystique here at 17. But at 20 points, you can go Baron Mordo. So you can probably do something like this. And maybe this will be your 19-point list here. Sorry about that. I made a mistake. Sorry guys, it's not affiliated. I'm not gonna edit that out either. It's my mistake. I'm basically learning this list as I go after I built it. But you can do something like this at 19. With Toad and Magneto, Vision, Rogue, Baron Mordo. Again, adding those dice and doing the power draining, and getting the throws and all that stuff and getting the extra dice is really nutty. At least in my head. I haven't tried this out yet. This is all in theory, right? So that's it. That's basically my mindset for the characters for this roster. These are just the 2 new additions here, Vision and Barron Mordo. I'm really liking Vision. Barron Mordo is a wait and see kind of thing. I'm gonna test him out, see how it goes, and if it works how I think it is, I think I have something here. If not, hey, we'll just make a change. That's life. Secures this time around. I'm going Deadly Meteors. I'm literally just going CEC. Merzane put me onto this for Deadly Meteors. I should have been taking this to begin with. I had an issue with the third secure. I took me Madman, which is not a good decision for Brotherhood in my opinion. But yeah, I took Deadly Meteors, pay to flip and to see where the Brotherhood want to be, especially Magneto, because he needs to get around, and it's 3 points if you secure this. So Intrusions is self-explanatory. I mean, that's a Brotherhood staple. Demons Downtown, same thing. The one change I made here, I took out the Legacy Virus. I got tired of playing that and getting the 8 points. Yeah, I had a strategy for it. I kind of still do. If I add back Dr. Voodoo, I still got Toad, and I still have Mission Objective as well. That has not gone anywhere. So I still have a plan for it. I still have a play for it, so I don't need to play it anymore. Deadly Legacy, I went with Montesi formula. It's an EMAP. Basically, it can set up everybody down the middle. Once they pick up a spell book or whatever, and I can get my game going and set up some beams or whatever. And I like Montesi formula a lot. The other considerations for my third extract was Mutant Extremist. I just hate the point value for that. But I still think it's pretty good. The Scroll, which is the roll 2 dice, the single extract one. You get the scroll, you move small. That is also on the table. But right now, I want to give Montesi formula a shot, and we'll see how it goes. The new additions to the Tactics cards list, Med Pack, and I'm going with Bitter Rivals this time around. The fact that I have the game, like especially my secures and extracts are either down the middle or like this. I'm pretty sure there's going to be situations where I can set up the bitter rivals in an effective way to daze and KO models. My mindset at this point is if I'm playing Magneto and I'm really going to town on people, I need to find a way to lower the defense and I need to find a way to increase my dice to make my dice a little bit more reliable so that way I can get those key dazes and key KOs when I need them. Granted, it doesn't guarantee anything, but I want to increase my odds and make it better, right? So a bit of rivals is back in my list again. I'm gonna give that a shot. Medpack is in. I think I took out field dressing because I think healing is a lot more effective with Brotherhood. I feel like if I survive an attack, which was happening a lot with me, I had people attack Magneto and he just survived, and like from there I'm like, okay, Medpack would have been cool here to heal him back to 3, and he would have been just fine, right? And even more of a menace because he brought back all that health that they took down, right? So that's all I kept thinking about the entire time. I think Medpack will be effective here. Brace for Impact is gone. I'm thinking about bringing that back. We'll see. I have to play with this a little bit, see how this goes, and if it works out in my favor, hey, we'll keep doing it. If not, we'll make some changes. But honorable mentions right now for replacements here is Brace for Impact. Patch Up is another one. Medpack Patch Up has been solid for Brotherhood. I said Brace for Impact, Patch Up. Blind Obsession is something that I'm thinking about putting in here just to get more dice and just to kill people faster. And I will always have the power to play Blind Obsession on certain characters. So that is a consideration. So those 3 are on the dock right now. So I'm gonna be interchanging those and see how it goes and see what works best for me going into this year, the rest of this year, and beyond, right? Because I think I'm really happy with the Brotherhood. I like the way they play. I like the additions to Juggernaut. I'm having a lot of fun playing this team. Magneto is one of my favorite characters, if not my favorite character ever. And I'm just having a blast. The fact that I got Rogue now and Jugs and all this stuff, like I'm just having a blast and having a great time playing them now. Yeah, I don't think I'm not gonna stop playing this team outside of like some new reveals. Granted, we did have a tease the other day. The reason I haven't done a video on it yet is I'm waiting for them to unveil the picture. Because I don't know who it is. I don't know who those characters are. I know there's been a lot of speculation of who those two are, but it looks like they're going to be Brotherhood affiliated, which everybody's excited for. I'm not. I'm saying that sarcastically. But I'll do a video on that once that gets more revealed, right? Like, I don't want to do just a silhouette and just guess. That sounds just, not good. But anyways, guys, that's it for me. Let me know what your thoughts down below. If there's any changes you would make to this Brotherhood roster, tell me. Let me know. I'll definitely try it and give it a shot. If you like my idea, Barron Mordo or whatever, tell me. If not, hey, to each their own. I'm going to give this a shot. And this is what I love about MCP is that I have the flexibility to do this. I can throw in whatever I want and see if it works for me. And if it does, hey, I'm going to keep it going. And I started something. If not, hey, whatever. I mean, it is what it is, right? I mean, it's you have to experiment. You have to keep trying. You have to keep building your roster. Don't give up. You know what I mean? And, find what works for you and run with it. You know what I mean? That's what I did this year in TTS, man. I found what worked for me, and I ran with it, and it worked well. It could work out well for you, too. That's it, guys. Have a wonderful, blessed day. Remember to dislike the video, comment down below, subscribe to the channel. And I'll see you in the next one, guys. Have a wonderful, blessed Thursday. Take care and keep playing MCP.